Good afternoon, Dinah. So it's Nikki here, and we are probably about 6:40, almost maybe 7 o'clock now. It is the end of the day. I'm home. I have some ice cream. It's cheesecake day today. Well, cheesecake flavored ice cream, but I needed something to cool me down. Not a big fan of the cheesecake. I dripped all over myself too. That's a thing. Kinda should have grabbed napkins. That's okay. So I'm still in a little bit of a funk today, but that's something that we're gonna be discussing. Because I think I done goofed. Like, I don't even know. I didn't done goof, because I followed my heart from what I wanted. Which is, it just all, I don't fucking know. So me and Marshall are done. We're over. We're not seeing each other. We're still kind of semi-talking. We're still friends. We're still there for each other, but we're not progressing further to see if it's going to become a relationship, which really does suck because I wanted a relationship with him, and this whole video is pretty much just going to be me ranting about guys, so I'm sorry, but I'm frustrated because I'm sad. I wanted to date him. So this all goes back like 3 weeks, a month ago, whenever we first started talking, and at that point in time, it was only me and Daddy, and I was hooking up with Daddy, and then me and Marshall started talking, and it was me and Marshall and me and Daddy. So I had 2 guys on the go. So I was already kind of like starting it as a polygamous like relationship. And then we talked for a little bit, and when things started looking like it was going to get a little bit more serious, I was like, okay, well, where do you stand on a monogamy, polygamy kind of stance? Like, are you more a monogamous relationship? Or are you a more polygamous relationship? And he wanted more monogamy. So that's when we kind of talked a little bit about that and how I wanted more a polygamous relationship. And then from there, it was all right. But he seemed kind of distant. Like, he didn't seem the same. Like, last week and a half, his conversations have been very trailing off, very not fully like kissy, woo, romantic, lovey-dovey stuff. Which I was like, oh shit. He's pulling away because I want polygamy and he thinks I'm a hoe. So like, rawr. Which, I don't know if I want monogamy or not. Like, I know I say I want monogamy a lot of the time, but I don't really think I do. I think I like the idea of it, but I don't want it. I don't know. I really don't think I'd be good at it. So he started pulling away a little bit, and I kind of felt like he was gonna break off with me and like end things. So I kind of knew this was coming already, but I wasn't fully like, okay, it's gonna happen. So last Thursday he was supposed to come over and hang out after work, and after work he was so tired and really like, it's been a long day and he wanted to stay home, which I get because he works in the military, so they have him up super early. Would have been probably like 7:30 at that point in time. He would have came over around 8, we would have hung out for 2 hours and he would have left. Which would have been nice, but I also understand he needs some sleep, he needs to rest and recover, he's gonna have to get up at like 5:36 in the morning the next day. So like, I get it. So we were scheduled for Monday, and then over the weekend, we continued talking a little bit more, and like, it felt different. It didn't feel the same. So I was like, okay, something's definitely freaking up. Something is 100% freaking up, because like, it's just not the same conversation. And yes, I could have been totally 100% in my head, but it felt different. And there's no real way I can describe it other than it just felt different. The energy of the conversation, the tone, the texts, they just felt different. And I know that sounds super weird, but like, it just was different. It wasn't the same conversation. Like, things were different. So yesterday comes around and he's supposed to come over again after work. We're talking about it. We're talking throughout the day. He's not giving me any indication that he's not coming over. I'm going in for my last client. He's like, okay, I'm done at 5. I should be good by 7:30 to come over because I just have to charge my phone. I'm like, okay. I get over my last client. I'm done my treatment at 6 o'clock, I think. I don't know, when was my last client yesterday? I think my last client was 6 o'clock yesterday. So I finished my last client, and then I started going home, started doing some laundry, started cleaning up. He sent him a message being like, how's everything going? He's like, oh, I'm just getting some food and eating. And I'm like, okay, are you coming over after? And he's like, yeah, I think so. I still have to charge my phone some. And I'm like, okay. So another like 30 minutes go by, and at this point in time, I'm like, you know, you can charge your phone at my house, right? And he's like, yeah, hold on. I'm like, okay. So he calls me, and at first I don't answer because, first off, A, I don't answer calls. B, I don't answer calls. And C, I especially don't answer calls if it's a blocked or unknown number. So like, I'll usually maybe sometimes answer the phone if it's someone I know calling. If it's a number I don't know calling, I usually never answer. And if it's a blocked or unknown number, I always never answer. So I don't know, I don't like talking on the phone, like text me. So the first time he called, it was an unknown number. I hung up immediately. And then the second time he called like 3 minutes after, and I was like, okay, so it's probably not a bill collector or a telemarketer, because they wouldn't call twice in a row. So I picked it up and I was like, hello, and he's like, it's Marshall, and we started talking a little bit. His ex-girlfriend is knocked up, so like, there's really no ifs, ands, or buts about like what's gonna happen, because like, he's gotta go be a dad. It's understandable, it's the better thing. It would be selfish of me to want him to not be, because like, that's a baby, so like, that's a thing. But I still want him to be with me. That's the brat coming out of me, I'm sorry. So yeah, I don't really know how the conversation fully went down. I think I was a little bit in shock, but basically, he said he was sorry, but he wasn't going to be able to come over tonight because the guys were feeding him drink after drink after drink at the bar. And then I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, and I got some bad news this weekend. And I'm like, oh, what's that? He's like, my ex-girlfriend's pregnant. And I'm like, okay. And from there, it just kind of a little bit hazy. I know we talked a little bit about how he has to go back and be a dad. And we never really mentioned whether like he was getting back together with his ex or if he's just going back into the kid's life. I don't really know, but I was presuming that he was gonna go and get back with his ex. So that's kind of where that was. And I'm just kind of like, I guess, in shock during the conversation, so I didn't really remember much of it, I guess. I don't know. So after I get off the phone with him, I'm feeling a little bit hurt at that point in time, but more frustrated and like more kind of like, okay, well, fuck. I need to get a dick in me then. So I started going on a dick hunt, and I tried to find another guy to come over, and there were a couple people that I could have had over, but like, none that really made me jump, so I wasn't really 100% feeling it. And then next thing you know, anger and frustration turned to sadness, and I had the sad music going, and I sat there listening to my music, crying for a good like 20-30 minutes. So that was a thing, and that was my day yesterday. That was my night yesterday, because it didn't start till probably about 6-7 o'clock. I can't even get mad at him, because first off, hey, I'm fucking hoeing it around. I got people revolving in and out of my life, fucking left, right, and center. B, he wanted monogamy, I wanted polygamy. C, he's going and doing the right thing. He's going and being a father to his kid that's happening. And I mean, he doesn't need to piece things together with his ex. He can still be in the kid's life without being in a relationship with his ex. But like, if we were to be in a relationship, then I would also have like stepmommy role, and which leads me to D. I don't think I'm ready to be a stepmommy. I definitely don't think I'm ready to be a stepmommy. So, like, it probably wouldn't even work out even if we were going to go, like, relationships. But, like, I have also nothing to be sad about because we weren't even serious or, like, at that stage yet. We were just kind of wheeling. So, like, I don't fucking know. It's just frustrating. But I'm all done work for the day. It's probably like 7:20, 7:30 at this point in time. I'm gonna go upstairs, have myself a shit ton of fucking tokes. Maybe draw myself a bath. Probably draw myself a bath. I might go for a walk around town. I don't 100% know that yet. But I don't know. I don't want to lay in bed because if I lay in bed, I'm just gonna kind of want to get dick. And like, it's like, what else do I do when I'm sore out? It's like I have some pains, so like I gotta take these pains and turn them into sexual pain. So like, I was not in a good place last night. But there was one guy who could have given me some really rough sex, but I didn't want to because he wanted to do it bareback, and I was like, nah. I'm getting some iffy vibes, so like, eh. So look at me. Not as self-destructive and reckless as like I could be. I want to get drunk. I want to go to the bar. I want to find some random guy, and I want him to choke me, and I want to bring him home, and I want to have some rough fucking sex. And that is where I'm at right now. As Peaches would say, fuck the pain away. Hey, that rhymes. I feel like I've said that already. But I guess I'm going to be ending it here for the day. Hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, be sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button down below, and why not comment something to make it a triple threat? My triple threat. I'm going to go get some tokes. I'm going to hopefully fuck the pain away, and I'm going to have some drinks. And that's that. And I'll see you whenever I upload tomorrow's video.